The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Wrap this one up in green and white.
Hello, RailCats fans, and welcome back to another edition of the RailCats Talk Podcast. And we got another sweep in the house. The RailCats caged the dogs, finally getting a sweep at Impact Field, and the offense kind of came to life again in one inning, and starting pitching did its job, what it needed to do. I mean, you get three quality games from, I don't really know if Harrison Francis counts as a quality start because he didn't go 6 innings. I know it kind of gets finicky, but he was marked with the win. He didn't give up any runs. He gave up 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. He got hit hard a couple times, but defense made some good plays. I mean, he gave up 5 hits on that aspect. That his pitch count was so high that he had to come out at that point in the 5th. But it's going to be short, quick to sweet to the point, this podcast, because I am getting ready to go to the game tonight, actually. I convinced the fiance to go. So I'm in the middle of, we're going out to eat before we go. So it's just kind of a hurry, just get home, kind of briefly go over the game and look at the RailCats are, and what an amazing sweep to have against the Dogs. And the Dogs are in a terrible spot right now. I think they've lost 7 games in a row. I know they're still holding high and mighty there in the East Division, but you know, get them while they're down, I guess. So let's go ahead and look at the RailCats scoreline here. There was nothing really going on until the 3rd, when Sam Abbott hits his 13th of the year, and that did break the RailCats record for most home runs in a single season. I know I might have mentioned it on his 12th one that I thought he broke it on that aspect of it, but he tied it. He officially broke it last night's game. You know, I see that people want Abbott to play, and I think he should play, but they've been having a strong rotation at that spot, and the issue with Abbott is he is a guy that's going to either hit home runs or he's going to strike out. Just based on just looking at his stats real quick, this year, he's batting at .203. He has 35 hits and 9 doubles and 13 home runs. So realistically, he's either going to hit a home run, he's going to hit a double, or he's going to hit a single. But he's also strucken out 86 times. So, I mean, I get why if you've put him in the lineup, but yet again, that was his first home run since July 26th. That was at Cleburne on that huge win there. I get it. I understand wanting him to play more because he does hit home runs. This team that Lamar Rogers has put together, I think this is what he's envisioned. There are people that are going to hit home runs at more of a consistent basis. Nova is one of them. And as much as I like Sam Abbott, he brings in a good lefty at bat, strong left-hander, but he's there for one reason and one reason only, as that's to hit home runs, but he hasn't produced that many home runs. 13 is a small number versus everyone else in the league and what's going on here, because the RailCats, I think, since 2010 are on pace to actually beat the 70 home run record that they placed as an overall franchise. I think they're at 63 right now, after actually maybe 64 after Nova's home run. I just want to throw stats out there, this and that. Now Nova's kind of came back around and he has 4. Yes, Sam Abbott is the only one in double digits on that aspect of it, but he's been playing majority of the year. Nova hasn't. Mariaga also hasn't. Nova has also played in 29 games and has 4 home runs. I like Abbott, but they have such a strong rotation going on right now, and when you look at first basemans, that Graves, yes, he just came in, but he's batting at .275 right now. Yeah, he has 10 or just 1 home run, 10 RBIs, 4 doubles, 11 hits. I mean, he is producing at a higher rate as far as batting average. I get that batting average isn't everything, but in my eyes, batting average is still a huge factor because it's able you to get on base and people to drive you in. Like, that's batting average. I get that more people looking at slugging and OPS and this and that. They want to know when you hit the ball, how far the ball goes. I understand that. but give me a guy that's going to get on base at least once or twice a game. That's what I want. I don't want a guy that's going to strike out 5,000,001 times and get on base maybe every other game or maybe every 3 games and maybe hit a home run every 5 games. They have a strong rotation at first, and I think they want to keep it that way. I'm not knocking Sam Abbott. I mean, Chris Burgess has a worse batting average. He's the worst one on the team right now. Then it's Sam Abbott, then it's Jackson Smith, and then Thomas Greeley. So the batting average in that portion of it, but I get the power aspect of it. I would like to see him more maybe in a DH role in that aspect, or maybe a pinch hitter role. But I digress from where I was going earlier. Let me go back to my stats here. So after Sam Abbott's home run, then it was Jackson Smith got on with an error. Scatlin got a hit. Walraven got a hit that lowered the bases. Woodworth got a sac fly, which brought in Smith. Then Lingual had a single, or actually a double, which brought in Scatlin. And then Mariaga came in with a 2-run home run, or 2-run RBI, which brought in Lingual and Walraven, or I think it was Lingual and Walraven on that aspect of it. We also had some handful of stolen bases, I believe, from Woodworth and Mariaga. And then nothing until we get to the 5th inning, where the first out was Woodworth. He grounded out to the pitcher. And then Woodworth gets on base with a single, stole a base. Mariaga strikes out, and then Nova comes through with a 2-run home run. And that was it for the RailCats until the 7th inning, when Lingual starts out with a walk, steals 2 bases. Mariaga strikes out, Nova strikes out, and Castillo hits a double for an RBI. And then Abbott got hit by a pitch, and then it was a 6-4 fielder's choice. So Smith grounded out to short, and they just threw it to second, get him out. And that was it for scoring for the RailCats. Looking here on the dog side, they only scored 3 in this game. I might have missed a score here. I don't know where I missed it in the 8th somewhere. I guess I just didn't pencil it in right away. But in the 6th inning, Lid struck out. Hobson home run for a solo home run. K doubled. Greer struck out, and then Kopak hit a RBI single double. I think it was. I didn't write it completely down on that aspect of it. And then when I go to the 8th here, it was Greer driving in Hobson for his second RBI of the game. I believe it was, his second RBI of the game. So I think pitching did really well. Nick Garcia has been hit or miss ever since the All-Star break, even before the All-Star break. It was good to see Harrison Francis back into somewhat of a groove. I think he still needs to get the pitch count down a little bit. He's still a little bit wild, but after coming off of like pretty much 3 bad starts, for him to get past the 4th inning and make it as far as he did, it was a good job on him. And then, Josh Vincent came in, shut them down. And then we saw Jalen Smith, who's a newcomer. He gave up 1 run, 2 strikeouts on an inning pitch, and then Augie Voigt came in. And I think Augie Voigt's been pretty well. I mean, I know he had maybe a bad start here or there, but he's been reliable. Like I said, you would probably put him in your more reliable role as a pitcher or a closer. Like I said, I think in those realms that would be that. Like I said, I don't think they have a defined closer. I really like to be Jack Eisenbarger, but I think he might be pitching tonight. I know that he does that weird starting closing that kind of role. But going ahead and looking at the RailCats pitching line, Harrison Francis gets the win. He was a starting pitcher. He went 5 innings. He went 5 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Nick Garcia came in the 6th, and he gave up 3 hits on 2. Gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned, and 2 strikeouts. Josh Vincent came in the 7th, and he blanked everything. There was no walks, no runs, nothing like that. He just had 1, 2, 3 inning, kind of just let it go. Jalen Smith came in the 8th. He gave up 2 hits, 1 run, 2 strikeouts. Augie Voigt came in the ninth, gave up 1 hit and 1 strikeout. Looking here at the Chicago Dogs, Kuhlman, he was the pitcher of record, starting pitcher. He gets the loss. He didn't make it out of the third inning. He pitched in two and one third innings here. He gave up 5 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, and he was starting out very good. I mean, he was being hit all over the place kind of deal, so he didn't really get a walk or a strikeout. So eventually, I think the RailCats were going to come around, but he just started out strong, like why can't I think of his name from last night or the night before? Came out really strong with his 17 strikeouts against the RailCats, but I think the RailCats kind of tamed down a little bit. I mean, they still struck out 9 times, but that's typical with this team for right now. Beringer came in. He pitched 2 2/3 inning, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Lawson came in for 2 innings, gave up 1 run, 1 hit, 1 run, which was earned, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Lane came in for an inning, walked 1, struck out 1, and Scheitler came in and just had to close it out and had 1 strikeout as well. Looking at the RailCats stats here, the batting lines, Walraven went 1 for 5 with 1 hit, 1 run, 1 strikeout. Woodworth was 0 for 4 with one run and 2 strikeouts. Lingual went 2 for 4 with 3 runs, 1 run, 1 walk, a handful of stolen bases. Mariaga went 1 for 5 with 1 run, 2 RBIs and 3 strikeouts, and he had a stolen base as well. Victor Nova came in and had himself a home run as well, driving into on 1 hit, 1 run, 1 strikeout. Castillo went 3 for 5, 2 RBIs. Sam Abbott, record-breaking for the RailCats home run, his 13th of the year, 1 hit, 1 run on 2 at-bats, 1 RBI, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Jackson Smith went 0 for 4 with 1 run. Scatland went 1 for 3, 1 run, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. So, yeah, I'll just leave it the RailCats stats here. If you want to look at the dog stats, you can go ahead and go on PointStreak.com. Look at the last game and look at theirs if you care to look at that. I will move on to the standings where the RailCats lie at this point right now. They are looking at it as a beautiful game and a half above the Cleburne Railroaders, because I believe they ended up losing again. So this is a good separation. That was a good series for the RailCats to win, and happy that it did happen. So good for the RailCats on that portion of it. They do have Milwaukee Milkmen coming up the next 3 games. Looking at Milwaukee's last handful of games here, they came off of getting swept by Winnipeg in Winnipeg, so they were outscored in that game 31 to quick math 8. So hopefully tonight the RailCats can keep hoppering on with the power, the runs, them getting consistent, getting nice big innings and starting pitching, coming out and pitching very well. But yet again, it's Milwaukee. You never know what's going to happen on that aspect of it. So game tonight, Saturday and Sunday. Like I said, I will be at the game night, Star Wars night. Can't wait for that. I'm going to wear a Star Wars shirt. Get me a new hat because the dogs decided to chew up my other one. But hopefully enjoy good baseball. And I will probably have a little special treat for the RailCats fans that do listen to this. May have something in the works that I want to get through. Don't know when that's going to happen exactly. But my work schedule looking pretty good. So this is maybe something that I'm going to end up doing. My schedule kind of changed for next week. So I may do a short little podcast, whenever I get a chance to do a lengthier one, I may. So on and so forth, going along the lines of that. So if you're at the game, you can come say hi. Love to meet the fans, but we're all there for the RailCats, so we go cheer on the RailCats. Star Wars night, fireworks, all that other good stuff. Hopefully it doesn't rain tonight. Every game I've gone to so far, it's rained a little bit, or rained a lot, or a little bit. Actually, I take that back. The one game I went to by myself, it was a beautiful day. But every time I take my fiance with me, it rains. So hopefully the rain holds back. I don't think it's supposed to rain, but who knows? But that's going to wrap it up for me. If you enjoyed the podcast, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. Mostly my stuff is on Facebook. If you do comment below, either on my Facebook page or Twitter or whatever, I will try to get back to you and comment back if you have something interesting to say. I may have something else to say as well as that. Because there's some things I do forget to put on the podcast, and I'm like, oh, that's a good point. I meant to mention that, but I forgot about it. So that's where, if anything comes back up to mind, I may put it back up there. So be sure to follow me on all that good stuff. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your evening, whenever you're watching this. And go Cats.